Essential services remain active in the wake of COVID-19. Our Lloyd Allen connecting with the Executive Director of Bahamas Waste Management via Zoom on efforts to collect waste throughout the capital.
One of those emergency services that remain operational are waste collection services. On the line, we have Frank Descardenas. He is the Managing Director from Bahamas Waste. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you for reaching out.
Definitely. So talk to us. Obviously, we've been in the trenches now for several days. How have your operations been developing as far as collection and protection of workers?
Two very important issues, of course, and it's been very fluid, especially this week. Our health and safety team has been working on this for at least 2 weeks. Not only for the workers outside, but the staff inside. They've all been issued protective gear, the sanitizers, the gloves, masks. Tried to explain to them that it's in their best interest to make sure that they continue safe practices of washing hands and changing gloves when needed.
Now, as far as Bahamas Waste Management, obviously your teams on the roads have been trained to handle medical waste, but in the wake of COVID-19, any special precautions, have you issued any special precautions for those persons on the road in collecting any waste? Because really and truly, most waste can be considered hazardous at this point. So any special precautions for those workers?
Absolutely. The waste team have always had special requirements as far as handling their waste. We have upped the game right now because we're actually picking up from the PMH, the quarantine area. So they're wearing hazmat suits, gloves, goggles, sanitizers, and they have to we did a pickup last week and we basically had to have a change of clothes, like 3 or 4 changes of clothes by the time they get into the truck, out of the truck, load the hazmat material until it gets to our facility and gets into the autoclave. So they're taking every precaution.
Any special advice you'd want to give to the public as far as how to dispose of waste so that when your team arrives, everything can be collected?
Our residential goes on as normal. I'm hoping that if anybody is not feeling well and are self-quarantined, that they're disposing of their whatever tissues and stuff in plastic bags and sealing them. Again, most of our guys are only handling the bins, but they're operating with masks and gloves and taking every precaution.
But behind the scenes, once the trash is collected, give us a bit more information as to what is your protocol for dealing with that.
Every drop of medical waste is when we treat it, it's all sterile. So that actually it goes into a compactor and it gets taken into a special section of the landfill. All the other waste is all separated at the landfill. You have your construction and demolition waste. You have your green waste. You have tires, and you have your municipal waste. So, like most of the residential waste, and it's a long time in coming, but they're doing a great job at the landfill. As soon as we discharge our waste into the landfill, they're right there to cover the material, to compact it and cover it. So it's going quite well at the landfill.
And finally, like many of us here at the corporation, we're watching international reports from the World Health Organization, the CDC. Are you observing any international best practices as far as how you continue to handle waste?
Absolutely. We're involved in a lot of industry associations, and they're all updating us with their with their safety standards and stuff, and then we're passing that on to our operations and health and safety. So we're keeping up with everything that we possibly can and trying to stay ahead of the curve.
And that was Francisco Descardenas from the Bahamas Waste Managing. He's the Managing Director. Lloyd Allen for the Morning Edition.